Hi, I'm Bree from Grafa. Up next, we have Blockchain Lawyer LLC. And you're live with us at Token 2049. We're streaming from Marina Bay Sands in Singapore, and it's Asia's largest crypto event of the year. Now, we're super interested about regulatory frameworks that are coming in from every government and everything that is being evolved in that space. So we're thrilled to invite our next guest, Tarun. Tarun, how are you?
Thank you for having me. I'm very good.
Fabulous. So Tarun, can you tell us a little bit about your background and where you've come from?
So I'm Varun, and I actually came in from a startup ecosystem. I realized that lots of tech companies in the late 2010s and 11s, they were raising capital from US VC firms, Southeast Asian companies were going, setting up companies there. So I felt that there was a mismatch of regulatory framework from the Southeast Asian ecosystem and the American ecosystem. I tried to plug in that gap, became a tech lawyer in that space, and then eventually that snowballed into blockchain. So now I'm doing blockchain law.
Incredible. And very needed, may I say. Yeah. So Tarun, tell us then, how did you get into blockchain, which you've touched on a bit there, and what are the services of Blockchain Lawyer LLC?
So getting into blockchain was very interesting. I remember this client very clearly. He came in from Canada. I was in New Delhi in India, and he offered me my fees in Bitcoins at that time. Bitcoin at that time was just $700 in 2015, and I was offered 10 Bitcoins as my fees. The bad thing is that I denied it because I was not aware of what Bitcoin meant at that time. That's one of the biggest losses. but I learned. I kept an eye on what was going on, the developments around that ecosystem. So I carved out a team from the startup ecosystem and specifically dedicated them to blockchain law. So I've been doing blockchain law since 2016. Currently, the services that we offer in Blockchain Lawyer LLC, well, it's taken me across length and breadth of the world. Wow. We do incorporations, we do licensing with the government, we do licenses. No one country has got it right from a regulatory perspective. So we set up companies in multiple jurisdictions, try to stitch a legal structure together and move money across the world.
Sounds incredible. Tarun, can you let us know, how is the crypto regulatory framework forward-looking in Dubai?
Dubai is, of course, I would say it's the place to be in 2025.
Right.
Lots of other countries, they are still struggling with understanding how to tap into the regulatory framework. Just like a new Wild West, people are able to move money from one location to another using USDT. Regulations are very much important, and we are seeing this transition happening from what we call as crypto punks to corporate honkos. So from that perspective, I believe that what Dubai has done right is primarily three things. One, they were accepting and willing to understand and know that yes, this change is happening in the financial ecosystem of the world. So they embrace that change instead of restricting it, ring fencing it. Second, the amazing thing about Dubai is that you can walk into a government office, explain your business idea, and they are very much willing to accept, know, make changes, customize licenses for you, and then go forward with it. And third, the community, the ecosystem. Dubai, 85% expats, 15% local Emiratis. So you always get a good mix of people. You're able to engage with different communities there. So again, from a regulatory perspective, Virtual Asset Regulatory Authority is by far the most flexible regulatory authority in the world. They did not restrict change, they wanted to embrace it, and now we are seeing all the effects because every big company or every startup who wants to make a change in the world, they do have some exposure in the Dubai ecosystem.
Sounds incredible and very relevant, may I say. So let us know, there is a lot of buzz about RWA, I must say. So what are your thoughts about it?
So RWA is the hottest topic these days. It was NFTs earlier, there were stable coins. RWA, I believe that this is huge transformation that we are looking at. I'll give you an example. For instance, the maritime industry, it's a big $16 trillion industry. It was so centralized, about 30% was controlled by the Greeks, and entry barrier into that was so huge that, can you imagine, think of doing this? Can you think of buying a ship?
No.
So now with RWA tokenization, you can invest as low as $100.
Incredible.
and get into that ecosystem which was closed to the retail public.
Yeah.
Now this is possible only with flexible regulatory frameworks and acceptance and embracing these changes.
Right.
So maritime assets are being tokenized.
Yeah.
So real world asset tokenization, it's already happened. Two major things that have happened, maritime of course.
Yeah.
The other thing with Pripco in Dubai became the first one to tokenize real estate. $100, $10, you get into a real estate.
Yeah.
You can live anywhere in the world and get exposure to the growing real estate ecosystem in Dubai. So real world asset tokenization will transform all those assets which were illiquid or inaccessible to the retail public in a very easy and lucid manner. So that's the massive change.
Absolutely, and with the rising cost of living, inflation, and obviously house prices typically globally, that's going to become more and more relevant to the upcoming generations, wouldn't you say?
Absolutely, and think of this way. A Brit can team up with a Singaporean and with an Australian to co-own a certain property, and they can then enjoy rentals sitting in their own countries. So that's huge. That's very different. It's never happened in the financial ecosystem.
Yes, absolutely incredible, and no doubt extremely relevant then with the regulatory framework coming into play.
Absolutely. So you are actually co-owning a certain property with people that you technically do not know.
Yeah.
So that is where you need the regulators sitting and ensuring that there is good trust between multiple, what we call as nodes, sitting in various locations, jurisdictions of the world.
No foul play.
No foul play, and they are trusting the ecosystem, trusting the regulatory framework to go forward and say that yes, if I'm staking certain money, certain USDT, certain amounts, values, I am eligible to receive certain payouts, dividends, and that is happening in a very trusted and a very transparent manner.
Excellent, Varun. I absolutely love your services. Super relevant and up and coming, may I say. And I just want to thank you for your time today. I wish all the best.
Thank you for having me. It's wonderful talking to you. Thank you.
Thank you. You've been live with Varun from Blockchain Lawyer LLC at Token 2049. For more news and interviews, head to grafa.com or download the Grafa app.